Today's topic is smart, smelling, and effective customer service. And in today's class, we're going to learn about the importance of personal selling skills, plan successful sales calls, explore options for adding a sales force, and we also be learning about how to recognize and arrange excellent customer service, and how to define customer relationship management and interpret its value. Personal selling is when people sell to potential customer face to face and try to convince them to make a purchase. This is a career to some people, and that is why we have sales people. A lot of people, they are into sales, they are into personal selling, and this type of skill. When you do these selling skills, we say the person is a salesperson. Salespeople often become very successful entrepreneurs later when they try to diversify their skills into being an entrepreneur. Usually they are very successful because they are able to convince people, and they are good listeners. They try to listen to people's views, opinions about the product which they sell, and over time these skills has built up and has actually helped them to master the skill of focusing on what the consumer, prospective customers, they need or they want. So the we have examples of successful salespeople that became successful business entrepreneurs. They became very successful in their business, and they became successful entrepreneurs. These are examples. So, if for salespeople that involve in selling, they involve in selling products. When they do this, they are kind of creating a source of market research, because if a customer is dissatisfied, it is often the salesperson who hears the complaint. They are able to listen and kind of relate this complaint of customers to the producers of this product, or the owners of this product. So in that sense, the selling is a constant source of valuable market research, and it has really helped to create an avenue to improve products. Can have findings about certain products, and how to improve on them. And one thing about selling is that it's in one way or the other, it's inbuilt in us, because in over time we've tried to persuade people either to accept something, we persuade people, or we try to convince them to agree to something which we want. And this is a way what people that are salespeople they do, but this time it's commercially. So this is why that even though you've never sold anything in your life, you've never been a salesperson, you can actually make yourself into a fantastic salesperson. Then also this the idea of them having this face to face with customers and trying to sell products also makes it very uncomfortable for them. But however, whether the person is accepted or is rejected, all these are kind of a learning experience for this salesperson. A salesperson is supposed to also just accept this whatever feedback or whatever response he gets in trying to talk talk potential customers into buying or accepting a product. Whatever outcome they get, they should it's a way, it should be counted as an experience and should not be taken personally. And a salesperson also should try to look forward to sales encounters, that not all sales encounters are positive, some can be negative, and and some can be very discouraging, but at the same time it's part of the job. And this is why salesperson are told to kind of be open to accept whatever outcome they get, and rejection shouldn't be taken as a put off, but rather as part of the experience of carrying out that job. Now, also, selling is also can be considered as teaching. Apart from it's considered as a source of market research, and it could also be considered as teaching, because the creative art of selling teaches customers how the features of your product or service are benefit. Because most salespersons, when they sell products, they try to look at they try to tell you how to use this product. They tell you the features about that product, and at the same time they tell you the benefit that comes with it using that product. But at the same time, when you as a salesperson, when you communicate to customers about a particular product or service, the emphasis should be more on the benefit, because actually people patronize a product or service because of its benefit, not because of its features. So this is why that the salesperson should be able to emphasize more and ensure that that product or service which he or she is selling to that customer will be of immense benefit, and it will be of benefit to them, because the customer is really after how that product or service is going to solve its problem, not the features that comes with it. So inexperienced salesperson, most times they make this common mistake. They think that when they tell the customer about the features of the product, it will sell the product. But this is a very wrong notion. Now, another thing is that the essence of selling is teaching how and why the outstanding features of a product or service will benefit your customers. Then let's look at the principles of selling. If every entrepreneur has to be able to identify the benefits of his or her product that can provide, and to make an effective sales call. So this is very important, because like I had earlier mentioned that the benefit actually sells is the product or service, not the features of the product or service. So knowing this fully well, you must ensure to know the benefits. You must ensure to know the benefit as a salesperson, so that when you are talking about this product to your customers or prospective customers, you should be able to lay emphasis on its benefit to that customer. So, and entrepreneurs, apart from this they sell constantly, but they do not just sell to their customer but to potential investors, even bankers and people they want to hire. So it's these are principles of selling. You do not only sell because of the features of your product, and you do not only sell because of to your customers. You should have an open mind to be able to reach out to people. It could even be those that are stakeholders to the business. It could even be those that are your family members. It could be those that have that are bankers. It could be the people that you've hired, your employees, that could actually be your customers. So your customers can be anywhere, everywhere, at any time. Okay, it's not only those people you have to go and meet, and they are the only thing that has brought people together. It's just about buying and selling. But people around you that have one thing or the other doing with your product, it could be your bank where you borrow money from. It could be your employees that are working for you. They could actually be your investors, potential investors. All these can be your customers. You could actually also sell to them. Then another thing is that the selling to become a successful salesperson, Okay, to become a successful person, there are principles that you must be applied to a product or service. The first, that make a good personal impression. You must give a very good personal impression. Means impression that people will have confidence in, that they will trust, and they'll be able to relate with. Then you should know your product or service you are selling. If you don't even know the product, how will you be able to sell it to people? How will you be able to convince people to buy it? How will you be able to probably answer questions from questions regarding the product from the customers or the prospective customer? You should also believe in the product yourself. It kind of boosts the confidence of the customers that this product they are buying from you, that you believe in it. If you, the salesperson, do not believe in the product, or you don't have any or know anything about this product, there's very high tendency that these customers will not patronize you. So you should be able to believe, you should be able to convince these customers and make them know that you believe in the product. And most times believing in the product has to do with how well you know this product. Probably you've already seen cases of people that probably you've used the product of yourself, or you've seen a live demonstration of the use of the product, of the outcome of the product. These are way in which you can actually believe in your product. As a salesperson, you shouldn't sell a product you don't know, that you don't believe in. It will actually destroy your career. So as a salesperson, you should know the product. You should know your fit. You should know your fit. I mean, the product you are selling should be something, it should be in a field that you are very conversant with. Something, if it's a tech product and you don't have any experience in tech, it will be very, very challenging for you to sell that product. Or if you are you from the medical lines, or you're trying to sell a particular medical appliances or medicine, and you're not from this field, it will be very, very challenging for you to probably use or tell about this product, or even when you have kind of be told about it, because you are not very conversant with the things, the words, or whatever materials or terminology that comes with it, because you're not from that field. So even if you're not from that field, that shouldn't discourage you. You should learn. But the thing is that you should be very, very conversant with the product and the terms of the terms or the words, I mean, that you will use to actually convince these customers about that product. Then you should know your customers, because sometimes when you know your customers, then you'll be able to know who are the people that really need that product. Because sometimes when we don't know our customers, it's quite very it's very challenging to actually convince them to buy this product. Knowing them fully well, you know what they want, how they want it, when and where they want it. You'll be able to even meet them up, have a discussion, and you'll be able to know exactly how they perceive that particular product, or how they see it, and how they want it. Then the principle apply to it. All these principles apply to all products or service, whether being a product or service. Okay, then you should prepare your sales presentation in a way that the people you're going to talk about the product to, they will understand. Don't make it very cumbersome, make it very simple and understanding, and use English. I mean, when you communicate, there should be communication. It shouldn't be that the communication should be two-way communication. When you tell about them and there's anything that's confusing to them and they don't understand, they should be able to ask and confirm about that part or thing about the product. And think positively. Okay, before you even go as a salesperson to convince people to buy a product, you should be very positive about it. You should be optimistic, not even you being even, oh, I'm not sure they're going to buy this product, or I don't think they will going to buy about it. If you have such feeling, means you've not done your homework. You've not really found out about your customers. You don't know about them. You are not really sure if they want that, or if they are your target market. if they are your people, if you've done your homework to know about your customers, you should be very, very optimistic that you will be able to do a good job in convincing them to buy that particular product. So think positively, keep good records, okay? Keep good records in the sense that everything that has to do with the product, whether from the product or from the customers, you should be able to tell the prices, the quantity, the size, the content, okay, and the package. All these things are good records so that you can actually make reference to. Also for the customers, comments, opinions, questions should be noted down. These are way to actually give feedback to about the product to the producers, okay, or the owners of such product. Then make no truly cold calls. Make no truly cold calls. Cold calls means you are reaching out to people you're not sure about, sure if they're going to patronize, people that has never shown interest and probably that are not your target market to that product. So you should be make no truly cold calls means you should be very careful when you try to reach out to this type of people. Then make an appointment, because not every one enjoys having on unplanned or impromptu visits about discussion in regards to marketing of product. So as a salesperson, there are some customers you have to kind of make appointment with before you can go sell a product to. Treat everyone you sell like gold. Treat them like king. Everyone wants to feel important. Don't feel, oh, because these people are not they are not they lack certain thing, or they lack certain quality or status, they should be treated less. So when you treat everyone as everyone feels important, everyone wants to be treated like a king, right? So when you meet with people, you shouldn't try to as a salesperson, you should treat them with both rest. You should treat everyone treat them like gold, okay? Make them feel very important, make them feel like a king wanted. Or like sometimes some salespersons, they have this attitude of looking down on people because of their status, or probably for one reason or the other. Then now, what are the selling skills that are essential to business success? Like we said, like a salesperson, when they work, and sometimes they are paid with commissions, okay? Some their income is just all commission, and some they earn salaries and commission. Sometimes the commission is percentage based. That means whatever you sold, if it's 10%, you're going to get 10% of it, and if it's 20%, you're going to get 20% from it. Now, like the example in our slide, it has 10%, right? Yeah, 10% commission for selling cars. That means you just 10 divided by 100, okay, and you get 0.10. And if the car is sold for $10,000, if you multiply 0.10 by 10,000, you get 1,000. Means for every car sold at 10,000, the salesperson that actually brought in the customer and was able to make that sale, we get 1,000 from the 10,000. This is a very good bargain as a business person, because if you are able to this money serves as a motivation for a lot of people, and when this salesperson knows that the more they sell, that the more commission they get, they're going to do more. And the business owner has nothing to lose from this, because the more the salesperson actually sells, the more money you make. And if the salesperson does not make any sales, there's no sales, there won't be any money. So it's a kind of win-win situation for the salesperson and for the business owner. It means that for when you get income, the salesperson gets income, and if there's no salesperson, there won't be income, and there won't be any income. So it's even better off that you get an income, and you let go 1,000 in this example, let out 1,000. That means the business owner will be getting 9,000 and will be giving out 1,000 for the job done, for bringing for to the salesperson for bringing in a buyer from that product. So we let's talk about sales calls. When we make as a salesperson, when you the sales call is actually an appointment with a potential customer to explain or demonstrate your product or service. So sales call, before you make a sales call, or during the sales call, you have to do the following. You have to listen to the customers' challenges and needs. Okay, customers enjoy, and they enjoy when they are being listened to. They make them feel like good. They make them feel that their problem is solved. Actually, their problem, the best way to get their problem solved is actually listening. That is the first step. First, you have to listen to them to actually know how to address or solve their challenges or their issues. So the first thing that I'll give them an attentive ears and listen to them. Okay, listen to the customer challenges and needs. Listening to the customer's challenge and needs, you've kind of solved their problem. 50% solved their problem. They already feel important even before even telling them what they should do, or even before recommending your product to them. They enjoy being listened to. So listen to your customer challenges and needs. Make the customer aware of your product and services. Make the customer want to buy that product or service, and finally make the customer want to buy it from you. Because if you as a salesperson, if the customer buys it from you, you're going to earn your commission or whatever reward that comes with you, or that comes with your job function of being a salesperson. So you have to convince that customer to buy from you, and not just buying the product, but make the customer buy from you. Then there are other ways of reaching out to customer. We could reach out to customer through electronic. Apart from the sales call, we could reach out to them through electronic mails, blogs, and social networks. Now, like I already mentioned, emails, that you send emails. Okay, you could also use social apps like the LinkedIn, Facebook, but however, when you're using the social medias or you're doing online, you have to be very, very careful. Okay, because not all the sales or whatever sales or discussions that are done online are successful. And being well, also considering the challenges that comes with doing such in online, one has to be very, very careful not to be scammed, or not to be what do you call it, also apart from scammed, not to be defraud. Okay. Now we also have what they call prospects. Okay, prospect is a person or company, organization that may be receptive to a sales pitch. So before calling to make an appointment for any sales call, you must first of all identify and list all your prospects. The people or organizations that that will be very receptive to your sales pitch. So this could include individual in by market, or any your what do you call it, it could be by what do you call it could be an individual or an organization. So now, what are the things that you have to ask yourself before you embark on a uh, kind of making list of these people? Is this individual in my market? Is it my target market? Does he or she need my product? Is it a person that needs my product? Or will my product remove a problem or source of pain, or improve the individual life? Can he or she afford it? Does he or she have the authority to purchase it? This brings us back to what I earlier said, that if you do your homework very well, before you even go out to carry out your sales calls to, or this your prospects, or your customers, you will have a positive, you'll be very, very positive towards the outcome. But if you've not done your homework very well, most times you face a lot of challenges, and sometimes the outcome is not very, it could be rejection. I mean, people will not really want to listen or probably buy your product. So the ways to probably be sure of who you are going out there to go and meet is, first of all, answering these questions. You ask yourself these questions and you answer. Then we're going to talk about focus on customer. This is also very, very important. Okay, during each course you have to focus on one thought. What does this customer need? You have to also visualize on your product or service fulfilling the need of that customer. Now, what are the 8-step sales calls? The first is that you prepare, when you preparation, the greetings, how you're going to address these people and how you're going to greet them. Then listening to the customers. You have to listen to the customers. This is very, very important. Then showing the product and service, dealing with objections, closing the sale, do follow up, asking for reference. Now I will go to item number 7 about follow up. Follow up is very, very important, because sometimes it's not just selling your product that is most important in kind of meeting out with your customers or prospective customers, but rather keeping them. You have to keep them to keep patronizing the product, buying the product continuously. This is why the follow-up is very, very important. And when you do follow-up, you probably know how to package this customer's product, and you're able to get a very, very constructive feedback on the product, which you are going to give to the business owner of the product, the business owner of the product. Now we are going to look at the 3 core behavior of successful salespeople. They let the customer talk more than they do. They are more of listeners than the talkers. They listen more. Okay, they ask the right questions, because when you listen more, you'll be able to ask questions that when you ask, the customers will be able to tell that you'll be listening to what he or she has been saying. But if you've not been listening as a salesperson, you probably not be able to ask questions, and even when you do, you ask wrong questions, and this can be very, very annoying to some customers, because it actually tells that you've not been listening, because you're going to ask questions that are totally different from what they be talking about or what they've mentioned. Then, so it's also very important that apart from listening to them, you have to ask the right questions. Then you have to wait to offer products and solution until later in the call. Now, the star salesperson analyzes each call by asking, was I able to get after the call, right? Was I able to get the customer to open up to me? Why or why not? Okay, it could be that some customers are very reservative. I mean, they are very conservative. They are not ready to discuss with you, even though whether they are patronizing the product or not. So if you contact customers that were not able to discuss with you or open up to you, you should ask yourself, why did they not do that? Okay, you should just try to analyze and see the reasons why they could not do that. Okay, then another is that it could be that they open up and they talked a lot. They talked about what their concerns, their worries, or their issues, challenges, as the case may be. And when this customer did this, you should be able to also ask yourself, why they did that? What was the motivating factor that actually made them open up? Then you should ask yourself also, as a salesperson, did I do or say anything that turned the customer off, or did I say anything offensive, or did I make the customer to disbelieve me? Okay, because some salespersons, sometimes they are seen as fraudsters. They are seen as people that are actually trying to make a living, not actually trying to sell what they need to them that will be of benefit to them. So because of that, they could actually disbelieve anything you try to sell to them. So after every interaction with your customers, you should be able to ask yourself this question: did I do or say anything that turned the customer off? When you ask yourself this question, you'll be able to try to improve on yourself or your approach, how to next for next time, so that you probably not encounter such again. Then you should also be able to ask questions: did I do my best job of helping the customer focus on a challenge? How can I ask better questions? Sometimes some questions are not well presented, and this can be very offensive. So you should be very sure how to present your questions that will make the customer very, very comfortable uh, in responding. Then the star salesperson analyzes each call by asking, this is continuation from the previous slide. So you should also be able to make an honest case for your product or service being the one that could solve the customer's problem. Then you should know if you've improved. Did I improve my relationship with this person during the call? Because as a salesperson, you should just look beyond the product. You should try to build a good relationship that will make them trust and have confidence in you. And when customers do have that, when you go beyond just selling the product or service, professionally anyway, and they kind of build good relationship with you, they tend to patronize you more. They have this trust and confidence, and they trust you. So they because of the trust, they buy more of this product, they stay with the product, they are more open to tell you what their opinion, their views and stuff like that. Now, how do you turn objections into advantage? The first is that you must know where the objection is coming from. Is it coming from the price? Is it coming from the performance? Is it coming from the price of the product or service? Is the price too expensive for them and they cannot afford it, or is it too low and they feel it's not of good quality? Do they have products, they do have problem with the branding or whatever? The performance, do they have problem with the performance of the product? After everything, they have issues with the performance. Or is it the follow-up service? There is no good follow-up service. Or is it competition? Is it support? Do they lack the support they need or they want? Is it about the warranties and assurance? So you should be able to group all of these objections in all of these headings. Objections that have to do with price should be grouped under price. One that has to do with performance should be grouped under performance. The one that has to do with follow-up service, maybe the customer has mentioned that, oh, the last time I bought this product and I reached out to the customer service and I had issues. They did not respond to me fast to my complaint and stuff. And when customers make such mention, you should be able to put it under follow-up service. So when you are able to group all of these in their appropriate headings, as a salesperson, you're able to know how to address this, okay? And when you go back, you know exactly where the problem is starting from, under which of the headings is coming from. Sometimes in most of all these businesses, though you see it like this, but in businesses, all of these headings, they have departments that actually handle all of issues, and those issues that come from issues in these various aspects of the headings, okay? My sales department could probably be looking at the price, okay? And we have the technical department will probably be looking at the support. We have the warranties, and assurance will be the customer care and stuff like that. So as the salesperson, you should be able to group all of this so that you'll be able to give a very appropriate feedback on the product. Then we have use of technology to sell. Now, example include the multimedia demonstration or presentation of your product, because when we sell, with these days, the world is really advancing. The world is all about technology. A lot of things are done online, and you're able to reach out to a lot of people when you do things online, and it's a lot more convenient for some people. Okay, some customers these days prefer doing things online. So as a salesperson, you should be able to embrace the technology tool to sell, like it could be demonstration presentation of your product. It could be a website customers can visit to obtain updates and product fast, to share ideas and to find technical data. You could also use emails, blogs, and social networks to stay in touch with your customers, digital planners and calendars and sales, contact management software to keep prospect lists organized, and log sales calls and customer information. There could be smartphones, tablets, okay, and tablets and other technology to place orders and secure immediate response to customer inquiries. All these are ways to use the technology to sell. Then we could also create a sales force. Okay, this depends on the nature of your business and the business model and goal plans you have developed. So you actually need to add the sales force that will not be sole or primary on salesperson. Okay, so this is just to make sure you create and determine your target customer and the nature of the product or services. Then we have company sales teams and selling directly. This could be through with in-house sales people. Okay, you have the this could when you have the in-house sales people, that means you have the greatest level of control and oversight, and have dedicated focused sellers who work solely for your company. There could also be this salesperson are not in-house. It could actually be they could be contractors. Anyway, you subcontract to them and they do all of this. However, it's if you choose to use the in-house sales people, it's actually actually the costliest option. It will require you to recruit the best qualified talent and to build the support teams. Now, when we talk about the trying to uh, use sales representative through contractor sales, contract basis, and they can be single line dedicated representative or multi lines ones. So they often represent this type of salesperson, contractor sales representative. They usually represent many related non-competing companies in an industry or geography. Okay, they also tend to be more loyal to the customer than to the manufacturer. That means they will be more loyal to the customers than to you, the business person, and you must engage them so that they promote your brand, because they represent a lot of brands. It could be that you are not the only brand they are representing. uh, they have a lot. So if you don't really engage them, your brand will not be prioritized the way it should be. So another thing is that if you want to build a national presence and to have this sales commission, you have to this option is the most appropriate, because they are generally they have a quick way to build a national presence. Okay, but the thing is that they are generally compensated through commissions. So it's like you pay as you go. The more they sell, the more commissions they get. Then we have outsourced customer service representative. With the globalization of business and the availability of skilled workers, many companies now they outsource their customer service functions, including technical assistance to location remote from their customers. Now the thing is that the another thing is that the choice of physical location is a business decision that depends on many factors, which could be because of the quality of labor pool, and uh, the, the degree of control and ability to maintain and foster customer relationship. So the thing, whatever choice, okay, it's that customer service is about, is much it's about much more than just the cost. So evaluate the choice wisely, whatever option you decide to go with. Then, like I had earlier mentioned, customer business need customers who return, not the new customers they've not gotten. Like we would say that a bird in hand worth a lot in the bush. So what's more than a lot in the bush? So you have to try to, as a business, try to keep your, just you need to keep your customers. Okay, your customers should be able to return to patronize you. So making a sales to a customer is really only the first step in your relationship with this individual. The overall goal is to develop a repeat business. Okay. So because this is how businesses that have been successful were able to become successful. They be able to keep their customers and make them repeat business with them. Now let's look at customer service. When we say customer service, is everything a business does to keep the customer happy. There are suggestions that may work for your business. First of all is that you know your customer by name. Okay, customers really enjoy such acts, or would like say such recognition. Mean when they like it when they come around, and or they send a message, they are well recognized, and their names, and they are called by their names. Deliver the product or service on time, every time. Okay, and we are in a very fast world now, so no one has time to waste. So you have to as a business, deliver your product or service on time, every time. The mean delay is very risky to a business. By the time the customer is waiting and keeps waiting, and they're slow in feedback or delivery of goods, the customer will go look and try to look into other options or alternatives. They help customer carry their purchases to their vehicles. Okay, then these are for businesses that are not online, that are physical. When customer come around, try to help them with the goods they bought, and it's a way of making them helping them out, and extra way of making them want to come to you when they come around and they know they bought a lot of goods from you. They can actually be these goods can be probably even transported to their destination, and because of just this sole reason, customers will want to come around. Or probably you help them take their goods to the car, to carry it to their vehicles they're using to take the goods to the very end destination. They suggest a less expensive product to them when the product they need or they want, you don't have it. When you don't have it, try to suggest to them and even help them get that product. Then another thing is provide a full refund to any customer who is dissatisfied with your product or service. Okay, take time to listen politely and with empathy to complaints. Then provide a toll-free customer assistance phone line that is easy to use. Offer product or service information or features to customers in a non-threatening manner. The another is that you should reach out to them with interesting, useful information. Just reach out to them. Okay, sometimes even on their birthdays, you can send them messages and tell them happy birthday, happy anniversaries. All these are ways of keeping your customers. You can send them coupons on their birthday, give free gifts. All these are sales incentives. Okay, now we have the cost of losing a customer. For every time you see their what are the costs of losing a customer? The thing is that when you lose a customer, you've lost you've lost the current dollars. I mean, you've lost money in that moment, because that customer will probably be giving you an extra dollar. But once you lost that customer, I mean, the customer is no longer patronizing you, you've lost the current job dollar. Then you've lost apart from, if you lost the customer, apart from losing a dollar, you've also lost jobs, loss of jobs. Okay, loss of reputation, loss of future business. Okay, so customer service is everything you do to keep the customer happy. Okay, then Customer complaints are valuable, so sometimes we shouldn't always take customers complaint as a letdown or a put down, or you feel this customer has actually is only just criticizing me and is not actually seeing all of the effort. We should actually try to look at the customer's complaint as a way to improve on the business or on the services. First is that you should always acknowledge complaints and criticism and deal with them. Okay, do not overreact to negative comments, and above all, do not take them personally. Always tell the truth about any negative aspect of your product or service. Then these are words that you should use when you communicate with your customers, and these are words you should avoid when you also do communicate with your customer. Then customer relationship management system, this is called the CRM. Now when we say CRM, it's actually the wide policies, practices and processes a business uses with its customer to generate maximum customer satisfaction and optimal profitability. Now what does the CRM do? The CRM affects that customer service and aspect of marketing. Okay, it ensures that it's then your customer service must reinforce your overall marketing plan, and through a well designed and executed CRM system, you are reinforcing and building market effectiveness and efficiency. Now customer relation, why does CRM matter? CRM matter because customer relationship management can be the component of your business that make it a sustainable entity. So and with CRM, you should be able to not just secure your new customers, but even you should also know that it's actually securing a new customer is significantly higher than the cost of keeping a repeat customer. I mean a customer you already got in but keeps coming back. So then according to the customer institute service institutes, they said that 65% of a company's business comes from existing customers, and it costs 5 times as much to attract a new customer as it does to keep an existing one satisfied. Why does CRM matter? Because it gives it can actually create an environment to provide a short survey on the stampede postcard list every item purchased, or directions to a website with a survey and reward printed on every script. It could also be able to it asks a standard question when completed, say such as, do you have any suggestion on how we could improve our product? Then it could actually have accent selected customer to fill out a longer survey again, offering a discount or price during as an incentive. So these are some easy way to collect market research as part of your customer service for retail business. Then now we're going to look at the components of CRM for small business. The first golden rule is that put your customers first. Okay, actually the customers they keep the business alive. Okay, when there is no business, when there are no customers, there will be business. So the golden rule number, that is why it's put your customer first, is the golden rule number 1. Then we have golden rule 2, which is stay close to your customers, and golden rule 3 is pay attention to details. Then we have the components of CRM for the small business. You can actually take a look at this. It has the marketing, the sales and the services. This talks about, for marketing, it talks about the marketing, resource management, segmentation and list of management. We have the sales planning and forecasting for sales, and for service we have services and marketing. So now let's look at components of CRM for the small business. One is that you should conduct your own survey, check employees, telephone, emails and online manners periodically. They emphasize the importance of rules such as prompt answering and the cheerful attitude of helpfulness. Make customer service a team effort. Then extend your effort after hours. Now we're going to look at how technology supports CRM. It's a lot easier to deal with CRM like before, where everything has to be done manually, but now things with technology is a lot easier. And uh, the general conception of CRM is that technology can be used to build and maintain customer relationship. So like I said, if you're using the CRM, the system should be inclusive of all forms of relationship management, from such as greeting a customer on the phone, in person, or even on the home page of your website, and to use of sophisticated software system. Now we're going to look at how, and we're also going to look at CRM. Customer interaction with all parts of the company are unified, and customer information is tracked. Okay, because it's these days, because of, so there are a lot of softwares where you can actually track your customers information and use it to improve customer satisfaction and business profitability. You the And it's also necessary to invest in a sophisticated CRM software system to use technology to benefit your customer relationship. Then we're going to see this. We have worldwide venture revenue estimate for total CRM software. These are all CRM software, and they see them over time how it has for revenue and for the market shares over time, how it has for various companies that sells CRM software. Then we're going to look at how to create a database on your computer to collect any information you obtain from customers, either by using a package such as Microsoft Access, or with a specialized customer service system for your industry. There are a lot, like I already said. We can actually use anyone that best suits our purpose, and that we can afford. So however, whichever CRM software you've used, okay, to create a database, the database should include every customer. It should be able to include every customer you have ever had, as well as potential ones, such as your friends, family, and other contracts. Then we're going to look at information that it could actually include, like the name, email address also, and preferences, your customer preferences. It could also include their contact information, such as when the contact was made, who was involved, what type of contact it was, and how to follow up. Then as it grows over time, as the database grows over time, you can make it more sophisticated by organizing it by region, customer interest, or any number of other variables, so you can send out targeted emails. Okay, however, the thing is that you should use resources available to you to maximize your culture of focus on the customer, and build a strong customer relationship management. So that is all for today's class, and thank you. Bye.